Cressida Carré ukens gjest på Husk at du lever drømmen. Cress for tiden koreograf for Les Misérables. Hun har koreografert Miss Saigon, regissert Jesus Christ Superstar og jobbet i flere tiår i England både som utøvende kunstner og koreograf og regissør. Følg, like, kommenter, det hjelper podcasten masse, og så sier jeg bare god fornøyelse med dagens episode på engelsk. And we're up. Welcome.
Thank you.
I've actually wanted to have you on the podcast for quite a while.
Right.
But I always feel like the rehearsal period is such a hectic time. So
And there's never actually time to
no, I always
get it in.
Almost feel bad asking.
Well, here I am.
How are you?
Good. Very good. Thank you. Yeah.
Feel like you have your head above water.
Yes. Yeah. You know, stuff's, but it's good.
That doesn't sound like you.
No, it doesn't sound like me at all. No, calm. Normally calm.
Yeah.
Cool as a cucumber.
It's so funny because I actually love the way you work in the room when it's all like, oh, and this and this and this, because I can just see it. It's working so quickly. And I just realized because I just directed Heathers for not kids, but youths. And I realized I'm exactly the same as you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I was like, why are you standing there? Did I tell you to stand there? Why did I do that? No, don't stand there.
Because everything is just working so quickly.
Yeah. And do you sometimes feel like this moves so much faster than you can convey? Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh, I love that I love it. It's not just me.
No. And Carré?
Carre, yeah. Well, it's
Carre.
kind of Carre. Carre is my dad's from the Channel Islands. He was born in Sark, and Carre is quite a popular.
The Channel Islands?
The Channel Islands, yeah, between the UK and France. There's a group of islands: Guernsey, Jersey, Sark, Herm, Jetto-Brecco, and Alderney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that something you had to remember in school? Because you just listed them off.
Well, I think, yes. Carre is a name from Guernsey, even though Dad was born in Sark, so Sark, yeah.
Learning new locations.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's an island with no motor vehicles apart from tractors, and it's like going back 60 years. It's so peaceful. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you go there on holidays?
Yeah. We used to go yearly, if not bi-yearly.
Yeah.
And still do, yeah.
I have one of those places up in the north of Norway where it's the closest city would be 1.5 hour drive.
Oh,
then
sounds
you
like bliss.
come onto like a gravel road that takes you out to a small peninsula where you have to have a boat, get across the fjord, and they're at the bottom of a mountain, like just by the sea. That's where our cabin is.
That sounds like just absolute bliss.
Yeah. You know who everyone is, and it's just woods like woods, mountains, the ocean.
Yeah.
It's such a different... I always, when I leave there, I always think I'm going to try to bring this level of peace. Like, can I find this at home? And I never get there.
No, it's hard. It's hard. But I think, well, as you know, because you go there, there are times to reset and to recharge and to just have peace, quiet, because our work is so not quiet.
Yes.
There's stuff going on all the time.
Yeah.
So, like so.
So where did you grow up?
In Sheffield. Sheffield.
Where's that?
It's north, but it's South Yorkshire, so it's in South Yorkshire, so north of England.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does a normal, given that you had a normal childhood, how does a normal childhood in Sheffield, what does that look like?
How do you mean?
Yeah, did you play theatre growing up?
I danced. Yeah, I danced. I danced from when I was tiny. Baby ballet, I think it was at 2.5, and that was it.
Did your mother or father put you into
ballet? She took me because I had loads of energy, surprisingly.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. And I absolutely loved it. She said I just loved it and just wanted, I was looking forward to it every week. So that just grew, and so it was dancing and sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of sports?
Athletics. I loved athletics. I was a hurler and javelin.
Yeah.
And I loved football. I played for my brother's club team because there were no girls' teams.
Really?
Yeah. and swimming.
You did everything.
Yeah, I loved sports, but loved dance. I mean, that was I think I always knew I wanted to be a dancer, but then there was that thing that I would have loved to have been an athlete as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And was there like a crossroads moment where you had to choose between them? Or did it just happen naturally?
It just happened. I think I got to that point where the dancing was in the lead, and I absolutely loved it. So that's what I chose.
Yeah, how old were you?
When
you sort of said, okay, I'm all in on dancing?
I think it was probably about mid-teens, maybe 13, because I knew 14, maybe because I knew within a couple of years then I'd have to. I would start applying to go to dance school.
Yeah.
Like vocational.
Yeah, and did you?
Yeah, I did. I went to London Studio Centre for about 3/4 of a year, but it was a brilliant school, and it still is a brilliant school, but it just didn't sit with me right.
In what way?
I don't know. Do you know, I don't know. I got very homesick, which was so unlike me. Because, so unlike me. I was so independent. I knew exactly where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to London. I wanted to go to Studio Centre. But then, and then I struggled with that. So I think the decision was made that I'd come home and then apply to somewhere closer. So I applied to Northern Ballet School and got in Manchester. Yeah. And then that was absolutely the right fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I loved the classes at Studio. So I do think it was, I think it was the homesickness that kind of was the end of that. Because in college, in the days, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, right. So it was when you did you live in a flat alone?
I lived in a hostel to start with. And then I actually stayed with some family who lived in North London. But it just didn't sit. But then Northern Ballet School was the best move I made.
Really?
Yeah.
And what did that? What was different?
Do you know? I don't know. It must have been the fit of the school. I think essentially. Yeah. I think it must have been the fit of the school and where it was. And maybe I was just a bit older, because I went to 16, and then to Studio Centre. And much as I thought I was independent, I, obviously wasn't as independent as I thought. So,
did that feel like a defeat?
Yeah, it did a little bit. It took me a while to get over the fact that I hadn't succeeded there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But did you view it as you hadn't succeeded there? Or was it just like... Because this is probably a weird comparison, but I think there are so many people who graduate like a musical theatre school or an acting school, singing, dancing, whatever. And you have all these years when it's very... I think dancing, singing, acting is something very easy to love. But I think the business of everything, having to make a living doing it, can be really hard. And some people love the singing, acting and dancing, but they can't take the business. The business,
yes, the business side, yeah, completely.
And when you have student loans and you've said to all of your family for years that I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be an actor, I'm going to be a dancer, I think it feels like such a defeat saying, this isn't for me. When in reality, it's not that you failed, it's just that you figured out, I thought this was for me, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
But I know so many people who feels like it's such a defeat admitting that I want something else. Yeah,
I think it potentially was a failure that I had, because Studio Centre was somewhere that I really wanted to go and I loved it. So I kind of felt almost not annoyed at myself, but, that it hadn't worked out. But then Northern Ballet School so worked out. I knew I still wanted to, for a while I was unsure, probably about a month. Yeah. But then, that didn't go away. So I knew that that's all I still wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah, and then Northern fitted and I had the best time.
How many years did you go there?
3.
It's a 3-year. So when you're 16, you go to like dance colleges like that?
I mean, you're normally because I have a September birthday, so I was 17 once I started.
Right.
I was 16 when I got in. But some people obviously do go who have a late birthday who are 16.
Wow.
So it's quite young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to go, and the thing is as well, I travelled because I loved ballet. I was like obsessed with Sadler's Wells Royal Ballet, who are now Birmingham Royal Ballet. And I used to travel around the country, sometimes with my mum, sometimes she'd put me on a coach and I'd go and see the ballet and then get the coach back.
Wow.
So it's not like I wasn't, doing stuff by myself.
Yeah.
But London at that point didn't fit.
No.
Manchester did, and Northern Ballet School did. And then it was the right track, wasn't it? So.
Is your family in arts?
No. My dad's an architect. Well, my mum was, she was an English teacher. She did English at university, but she had acted and sung all her life, and she actually got into Central when she was younger. That's all she wanted to do. Central School of Speech and Drama.
Okay.
But her father was against that, said she needed to get do university. Wow. So she wasn't too pleased with him, but she had to and did. But she continued with loads of amateur. She was very good. She was so good. She had a reputation in Sheffield she was really good.
One of the ones that she could have actually.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think in that sense, and my dad did some stuff as well, some acting and singing with similar groups to Mum, but she was a mother and then an English teacher for a certain amount of time as well. Yeah. So neither were, I suppose Mum was, but didn't do it professionally.
Yeah. So you had support from there?
Completely. Yeah. 100%.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because she thought that now you can live out that.
Yeah. And I think that was a really nice way for her. She obviously loved what she was doing and was very good at it, but then to kind of see it through me was an added bonus.
Yeah. She's seen. Did you do a lot of performing? Because I know you as the director and choreographer. Cressida,
yeah.
But have you done a lot of shows and ballets?
Not ballets because even though that was kind of what I was obsessed with, like I did everything else as well. Yeah. But in Northern, we did the whole first year. Did the same kind of course. But then you would split off either into a classical course or what was then a dance course. And I kind of, when I got to that point, I just thought, I knew I wasn't going to be the absolute tip top in ballet. So I chose the dance course. And I love musical theatre, as you know. So then I was a performer for 12 or 13 years.
Wow. As a dancer? What did you do during that time?
Oh gosh, you'll ask me now and I'll forget. I'll probably just be able to only name a few. West Side Story, Calamity Jane, Carousel, Chess, oh golly, now you put me on the spot, I can't remember anything. But many musicals, and a couple of pantos, although it's not my favourite thing to do or choreograph, but they're great.
That is such a strange thing looking at from the outside. Panto. Everyone in it was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, it's obviously a very traditionally English thing, and is a real, I think, panto, people who do panto really well are super skilled.
Yeah.
Panto is very hard to do well. But I think you will either really like it, be completely bemused by it, or really not like it.
Okay.
And I think they're great. There's something that it wouldn't be the first thing that I chose to do.
It's like the London school. It's just not the right fit.
Exactly. But I did do a couple when I was performing. And I did actually, in the early part of my choreographing, did a couple. So, yeah.
Oh. So you graduate school, you're 20, 21?
20, yeah, just 20.
And how
not just 20, 20.
Yeah. And how did the first years of you having graduated, how did those years look? Do you go straight into a production?
My first production was Panto.
Really?
Yes. Up in which I can tell you, actually, I had the best time.
Did you?
It was a not kind of one of the ones that are done by how can I put this? It was a new right type thing. It was a version of Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
The very funny one, done by two comedians who were a kind of double act in Scotland, because I did it at Eden Court Theatre in Inverness, so far away.
Did you just find an audition?
Yeah, found an audition listing, went for it, got it, and then did it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I had the best time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the next, it's difficult, until you. Well, not necessarily till you get an agent, but maybe I didn't have an agent immediately, but then got one pretty quickly. And, you have times when your, jobs are back to back, and then you have times when you're out for a bit.
Yeah.
So, it was...
I mean, I've been to one audition in London, and it was such an eye-opener to see just how many people there are in London.
Yeah.
Because I went, it was an audition for Dear Evan Hansen, just like an open casting call, and I was 26, I think, when I went to that audition, and the guy playing it on Broadway was 16, so I knew, I don't know how this is going to, if this is going to turn into anything, but I just want to experience it. So I went, took a flight, checked into the hotel room, went the next day. I don't think I'm exaggerating if I say there were 2,000 people.
Oh, yeah, no, you're not, no.
There was check-ins from 10 o'clock in the morning. I was there 5:45, I think.
Gosh.
And I think I was number 150 in the line, something like that. It was...
Yeah, it's bonkers.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And, I think we always talk about, like, the business being hard here as well. But then it was like, there are levels to this game.
I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember similarly going to, certainly when I first, before I got an agent, to open auditions.
Yeah.
Like the same, but thousands or hundreds.
Did they ever turn into a job?
No, not the opens. No.
Didn't they?
No, not that I remember. No, I don't think so. No. I think I'd remember if I suddenly got,
There are so many people.
So many.
And I remember we would drag, it was at Pineapple Studios.
Yeah.
Come into this big room, like I think with 60, 70 people there, all with numbers, everyone with, striped t-shirts because it's Dear Evan Hansen. And everyone just started warming up in that room. And I was like, this is
can barely move.
Intense. Because in Norway, I think we're very much like a polite, not that it's impolite to warm up, but it's just a different culture. So it's like if you have to warm up, you go by yourself and you're, I guess I'm good. It's like, don't want to bother anyone. But there it was like, it was such a culture shock.
Oh, and also, I mean, I don't know how yours was, but very often it is just, either they'll go along the line, you'll do a double pirouette or like such a short combination of steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It was a singing audition,
right.
So we did 16 bars.
16 bars, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like,
thank you, yeah.
Okay. I'm like, so what happens now? You'll get an email. Okay, can you send the next one in? It's like, okay, sorry, bye.
Yeah. It's an experience. Yeah.
So I travelled to London. I paid for tickets.
I know.
Flew to London. Booked a hotel room, stayed there, did my warms, everything, all of that for about 30
seconds. It's outrageous, isn't it? I mean, it's outrageous.
Yeah, but I think one of the things when you go to London, it's you know, most people in the world don't speak Norwegian. So when you're at an audition in Norway, you meet Norwegians and maybe a few Swedish and Danish people who can fake Norwegian, you know, enough. But in London, when I was in line, I was like, yes, I'm German. I have flew here from yesterday. And it was like there were all types of different nationalities because everyone speaks English.
Yeah. It's a dog eat dog, those open auditions. I don't think there aren't that many of them now. Because it used to be a closed Equity used to be a closed shop.
Right.
So you used to have to, which I did, you used to have to get your provisional equity card, and then you would get your full equity card after you've done a certain amount of weeks. So with as an actor. So with the panto, having a provisional equity card, there was a certain enough weeks on that job that enabled me to get a full equity card.
Wow. And that means that your agent can get you into auditions for the bigger shows.
And also that I can't remember the exact rules of closed shop, but unless you had an equity card, you couldn't go to the audition. So yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and you would have to do the opens just as a matter of course.
You had to do the opens as well?
No, you had to do the opens if you didn't have an equity card.
Okay.
Whereas obviously if you had an equity card, it would be more like, you know, you're in the room by yourself, or you're in the room with like 8 others, or
It is there are so many people over there.
So many people. Yeah. And now more. I mean, imagine. Because there are so many courses now. Yeah.
And also, I think the world is becoming just a more global place. It's easier to travel to London. It's easier to learn English. So you're probably having even more international people coming over. Yeah. And I think that, you know, it's one of those things. It's a saturated business filled with very talented people, some quite talented people, and some not talented people. So, you know, that's just the way it is. Yeah. But a lot of people. It is so, because I remember I had an acting teacher who said becoming an actor is 90% hard work and 10% talent. But I always thought about that because I know some, we've all seen the people who just work extremely hard, but you just know, like, it's just not for you. And so I think it's a good reminder that you need those 10% of talent, because she also said it's not a human right to be an actor. No,
definitely need that 10% of talent. And I think, as I'm sure, you know, you may or may not agree, there was maybe it was a few years ago, that kind of this phase of the reality shows, and then the people would kind of, you know, just get up and sing. And a lot of people, and, you know, in some cases they could, but a lot of people kind of thought, oh, I'm going to do musical theatre. So, you know, without the training, and gosh, there could have been like a gem there that was amazing.
Definitely.
But, you know, there was maybe somebody that wasn't so amazing. But
and that is such a... It's so backwards to me, because I think when I've worked with people who've done very little musical theatre, like people who have done maybe a lot of plays or a lot of movies, or who come into musical theatre, I feel like they all have the same journey, which is week 1, they're like, oh my God, is this even possible? Like, how am I going to do this? Because I think it's technically the most difficult stage of, well, if you get into ballet, that is probably a technical level that's required, that's even higher than musical theatre maybe. But there are so many things that you need to be able to
so many elements, aren't
juggle.
there? Yeah, completely.
Because it's not just being a good singer and a good actor, it's tying it together. Then you're asked to do choreography. Then you're asked to have, you can have your thought process with this line, but it's 4 bars.
Yes.
You need to get there by then.
Yeah,
so
It's such a skill.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's, you know, I think theatre in general is a very difficult job and takes a lot of talent and hard work. But I think musical theatre, I agree. I think musical theatre, because of those 3 disciplines that do need to be knitted together so they're seamless. And as you say, you know, you got 2 bars to have that thought process. It's like,
yeah.
It's,
and that was a dance education that you got. So
yes.
you come out into a world and start doing musical theatre. Did you have any training in singing, acting?
I'd done singing because I did a lot of festivals when I was younger. And at my dance school, we did like song and dance. So we sung. So the festivals there'd be different categories: song and dance, group singing, ballet, blah, 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 you know, all the...
Okay.
So I'd done that. So I had, a decent voice. And we did, when I was at Studio Centre, there obviously had one-on-one singing and group singing and acting classes, etc. At Northern, not so much, because it was mainly a dance school. So I'd never kind of had formal singing lessons, but I had a voice. Yeah. So it was kind of, honed kind of slightly before when I was a child and then made on the job.
And do you remember what the first, because you mentioned titles like Chess, West Side Story, do you remember what your first musical job was that you were like, oh my God, I got it.
That was West Side Story. I mean, that's my...
How old were you?
23.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just my ultimate musical.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely love it. So to get that, I was just... Leicester Haymarket. So where the Curve is now in Leicester, well, not where the Curve is, but the Haymarket used to be the theatre in Leicester. It's now closed down and it's the Curve.
Okay.
But it had an amazing director called Paul Carrison who used to do a lot of, most of the stuff at Leicester.
Wow.
And then a brilliant choreographer, David Needham, who did the choreography. Yeah, so I was in Seventh Heaven.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did you play that for?
I think it was 4 months, 5 months. So because it would be like they'd have their one from, I don't know, November to April, and then one in the kind of middle of the year, and then one after that. So they'd have 3 kind of major productions and other ones in between, yeah.
And you were actually able to enjoy it there and then? Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I feel like so often it's just when you look back at it, that's when you because it is hard work when you're there. And I don't know about you, but I'm very much like, I focus a lot on the job at hand. So sometimes I have to remind myself to, the podcast is called Remember That You're Living the Dream, is the translation, because I need to remind myself that at times, because I get so hung up on just the work and what's the next thing, I have to do the next thing. So it's just when I look back at it, that was actually a really good time. And I'm not I've gotten better, but earlier on I was struggling a bit to sort of enjoy the ride as I was on it. Sort of.
I think, I do remember, because I used to I just used to be in the wings, like just watching and just listening to that, because there was an amazing musical director called Julian Kelly, who is a genius. I mean, that's not a word I use lightly, but he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And just listening to the orchestra play. And so I do remember in that moment, but I'm like you, I do get kind of hung up on there's got to be here and there's this to do and there's that, blah, 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 blah. But yeah.
And you did performing for 12 years.
For 12 years. And just in that time as well, just talking about the singing, because I hadn't had the kind of the formal training. Yeah. I had some fantastic singing teachers, who, well, as everybody does, but I hadn't had that. So to have that was it was great. 12 years, and then I went, after 10 years, I went to, funny you say, because I hadn't had a formal acting training, and very much as well, kind of when I was performing, you were pigeonholed. You either did musical theatre, or you were an actress, or you were an actor.
It's kind of like that in Norway as well.
Yeah. So you couldn't, apparently you couldn't go from one to the other.
Of course you can't.
No.
You can only be good at one thing.
Exactly,
Yes.
that's it. So I made the decision to, and it took a long, because I was, loving life. I was loving what I was doing. I was, working consistently, and it was a big decision. I decided to take a year off and go and do, a year out, and go and do a postgrad course in acting.
Wow.
At Mount View.
Yeah.
So I did.
That's one of the schools I know that has, I think there's some cooperation with some Norwegian schools. So I know there's actually been a few Norwegians going to that.
Yes.
School,
Nora.
Nora?
Yeah, from Jesus Christ. She's just done a PG.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who was in Saigon?
Fanny?
No. Who was one of the GIs?
One of the boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh goodness. He's gonna.
Matthias.
Matthias.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so I did that, and I was so petrified because to take a year out.
So did you actually say no to job offers then?
Yeah. I said to my agent.
So scary.
Yeah, it was, but it was like, I'm so glad I did it. I think it was the best thing I did, because I came out. Firstly, I mean, I remember what I was like. I must have been like the Ice Queen. I was literally in there, ready to learn everything, but kind of I was a little bit blinkered in the sense that, okay, not in a big-headed way at all, but okay, I've already done something like that. So, but I was just like a sponge for everything that I could, that was new, that was different, that was, that was what I hadn't had.
Yeah.
I think that
was probably also because you had to sort of sacrifice so much in order to be there.
Yeah.
You had to make the most of it.
Yeah. I was like a, blinkered. This is what I'm going to do. And I think that because that enabled me, then I did transition. So I did, start to do some plays as well as musicals. So it's worked, and I think that has so much benefited me as a choreographer and a director, having done the training as I did it.
Wow. Because I remember I did, because they're so linked together, the different disciplines, let's call it, in musical theatre. I remember because I studied musical theatre and then I didn't get any jobs because I wasn't a good enough dancer. And in Norway, normally the way you get into the business is you get into the ensemble. And when it's the ensemble, then it's dancing at the auditions first, always.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a good enough dancer, so I applied for the dance program at the school that I was in. So 8 hours a day of just dancing. And I remember I grew so much as an actor, just from the dancing. Yes,
and I think that absolutely, because I think it works both ways. That I grew so much as a dancer and a performer because of that acting training that I'd had. It just enriched me as a performer, having done that year. So it's the best, and I think it's the best thing I did, and obviously for yourself, that was the best thing you did.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, that was my ticket into the business.
Yeah.
Because a year out, there was an audition for the Book of Mormon,
and that was it. There
23, just like you.
Yeah,
and I got my first job.
Yeah. So,
but did you, when you sort of, let's say, transitioned into more of choreography and direction, was that a very, what's the word? Was that a very, did you...
A choice, like a choice?
Was it a...
Not at all. I had no intention of giving up performing. I had no intention. I didn't want that, it wasn't something I thought, right, I don't want to perform anymore. Yeah. I'd like to go into choreography. I can't remember what show I was doing at the time, but I started to take lead some classes. Actually, as a matter of fact, at Mount View, I must have known somebody. That's right. a friend of mine, Chris Hocking, who was head of dance there at the time, he just said, look, would you like to come and do some classes there? So I did, and I did started taking some jazz classes there, and I would go and do that in the day and then go and do the show at night. And that kind of built up, and I really enjoyed it. Funnily enough, actually, when I was at Northern Ballet School, one of the exams or something we took included choreography. And I got somebody else to do it, to do my choreograph, because I didn't think I was very good. When I was at college. But anyway, so I started these classes and took them and enjoyed it. And then I got more, and we'd do a range, like I would take some pas de deux classes or ballet or jazz or... and then Chris said, do you want to do a project? So like in the second year, like a condensed version of a show.
Yeah, like we do at the Norwegian schools.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay. And so really enjoyed that. And then the work, I kind of started getting work at more schools, other vocational schools, and really enjoyed it. And then those shows became third year shows that I would do. And then suddenly I was being asked to do shows, not at drama school, so professional shows. Oh. And it just transitioned. It literally just transitioned. And so that became kind of more the focus, and I really enjoyed it. Like I loved performing, but I enjoyed that even more.
Did you?
Yeah. So it just was this most seamless transition. And then I just started to do less and less performing, and then just stopped.
Yeah.
Because the other work was taken over.
It's filling that.
Yeah.
That hole.
Yeah. And I loved it. And I loved it. And you hone, don't you? You hone as you go along. And I was, well, obviously from when I started to when I am now, is that the journey's been massive. But yeah, I really enjoyed it and thought I really liked this and was good at it. And so, yeah. But it's never something that I thought of. I'd never thought, I want to be a choreographer, or I would like to end up being a director.
Really?
Yeah. I knew that I always wanted to stay in the business and wanted to perform for as long as I could. And then I had not really thought about it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, yeah.
It's funny because I've done a bit of directing and I always feel like it almost fills that hole. But for me, the performing is still...
tops it.
Yeah. But I definitely think I've loved directing. Definitely want to do that more. But it's just... I can do that for a while, but then I start to get the itch.
You need to...
I really like, but I want to... Like, when I direct something, it's like, yeah, but can I just... I can do it. Can I just show you how I would do it?
Yes.
It's But it's strange. Do you... Because I would consider a lot of the choices you've made very brave. Did you feel like they were really like massive decisions, like moving, giving up on the dream school and, throwing yourself out into a business that's scary from the get-go and getting into musical theatre without any formal training in singing and everything? Did you find it daunting as you were...
Do you know, I don't think I really thought about it. I think the only thing, as I've said, that that registered was obviously me coming back from London from Studio Centre.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've never really thought about it until then. I decided till I made the decision to take the year out to go to Mount View to do the 1-year course. And then not even when I was... Because it was, I remember being super scared, kind of being asked to choreograph my first professional show.
Yeah.
But, I'd loved what I'd done. I'd seen my work just get better and, get cleaner and better and the clarity of it. So, yeah, I suppose I never really thought about it in the moment until you kind of look back. It just kind of just happened. Yeah.
Det var altså del 1 av min prat med Cress. Del 2 kommer i neste episode. Frem til da kan du høre alle tidligere episoder hvor enn du hører på denne podcasten her, og legge en likes, kommentar og anmeldelser. Det hjelper podcasten masse, og så lyttes vi i neste episode. Ha det!